Bienvenue à Boulangerie Richard. Today, actually, where are we going today? Well, we're going to the south of France, Provence, where the weather is fine. You sure it's fine today? Not really, it's raining there. It's just as cold as it is here. But we'll pretend, right? Okay, see you later. Yes, indeed, Provence, where the weather is hot. The wine is good. Today, we're making a tomato tart, Provençal. Doesn't that sound delicious? Cut. Right now, I'm preparing my tomatoes. I'm using a variety of different tomatoes, heirloom, and other such. You can always, when the season is right, get the bigger tomatoes. But for today, we're using these small tomatoes, which we'll cut up and season before we start doing the tart. We add a little salt, in my case, Himalayan pink. Otherwise, you can always use French sea salt, keep it authentic. But since this is empty, Himalayan pink. Now, you can always use make your own puff pastry, but why get your hands dirty? Then make a fine quality puff pastry at your local grocery store. So buy that. Just line your baking tray with parchment paper. Put your puff pastry on it. Give it a little fold on all four sides so you'll have a little border. Or make the design however you like. Next, we get some Dijon mustard. Of course, if you can get authentic Dijon mustard from France, all the better. But if not, make do with the Dijon you can get.
Shake it.
There you go. You want to put a lot of Dijon. That is necessary. Should wash that before you eat it. We next get our Gruyere cheese, or if you like fresh Parmesan. It all depends on which part of the Provence you're from, I guess. Herbs de Provence. Then we get our tomatoes.
That's good cheese.
It's expensive too. Sprinkle it on top of the tomatoes. little pepper, freshly ground, and some olive oil. Drizzle it over top of your tomatoes. Preheat your oven. Let me check. Yeah, I better check. Preheat your oven to 400. We're going to set our clock for 11 minutes. By the time we're ready to go, it'll be 10 minutes, the official time. Ha! There we go. Take your tart, 400 for 10 minutes. What is red and white and moves up and down? Ready? A tomato in an elevator.
But I have some.
What are you gonna show that you have to have that?
Have what?
It's on.
No.
Our next recipe today is, because it's bonus day, Friday, we're gonna make a apple tart, française. Come on over here. With our puff pastry, we lay it out. Score the edges. Don't go all the way. Next, of course, depending on which part of France or Europe you're from, there are many ways to make this apple tart. I'm going to try it first with a base of applesauce, non-sugared applesauce. Smell those apples. This like from the tree. Next, you get your apples. In this case, Granny Smith, or whatever apple you like. But in the meantime, make sure you put your puff pastry in the refrigerator to stay cool. If you have an apple corer, use it. For this, for my rendition of apple tart, I'm going to be adding some currants, just because I can. You don't have to, but I like them. And voila, here's your tomato tart. Let it cool for about 10 minutes before you try to eat it. You got your apples laid out, get some sugar, add some cinnamon, and spread them on top. Once you put your brown sugar on, get some little knobs of butter and spread them all over. Oh, okay. Now that you got the butter put on top, have your oven at 400 degrees. Put it in there and wait 10 to 15 minutes, or always check it after the first 10 minutes, especially at the 400. Don't want to overdo it. Yep. Et voila. All done. Now it's been about 20 minutes, I believe. I've been checking every so often because sometimes your oven might be a different temperature, but the apples look good. One thing I forgot to do is when you lay out your pastry is to get a fork and prick it all the way around so prevent it from rising. Now once you've got that done, get yourself some apricot jam or peach jam, whatever you got. Want to paint that over top. That way you'll have a nice glaze. Have that professional look. And now, I believe our tomato tart has cooled down. Now, as mentioned before, you can have your tomato tart as a starter, or for one person, they could eat all this as a main course. However, what shall we have with it? Well, being a French tomato tart, we should think of some very nice rosé wine from France. But if you haven't got the gelt to buy a French rosé, try your local rosé. Might be just as good. Secondly, to give you that authentic, if you've got a big screen TV, go in front of it, turn to a YouTube channel, and find yourself a picture of the Côte d'Azur. And eat your French tart watching the Côte d'Azur. For those who don't know what the Côte d'Azur is, it's southern France, near Nice, and up and down the coast, the Azure Coast. Now, I'm not going to eat this myself. I'm giving this away to my nieces. They love a good vegetarian dish. And there's one for them right here. That's it from me, and that's it from him. Until next time, happy baking!